Yeah, okay. All voices are not coming through. Everyone can be heard. So if everybody is ready, I will count down from 3, and you will go on the word go.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay.
So 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Not the one you might remember due to the way this game works, or rather this specific category. This is a cheated run, in quotation, because the game is set up such that by pushing a button, Harry's speed will go to a very high value, and that is coded via a GameShark cheat code. And you'll be seeing Harry moving at an interestingly fast pace, as well as seeing some skips you would normally not see if you are otherwise familiar with the game. But like every good speedrun, we have unskippable cutscenes because we all need more of those. Because there clearly hasn't been enough of them in this marathon. Alright, so the first thing you should know, as I mentioned, is that this run uses a cheat code. And the way it's set up is that you can use, most people use a GameShark code, but the way it works is that you program a specific controller input, and when you push that button, it inserts a RAM value into the game. And this RAM value, which happens to be how Harry's speed is accounted for. So you can actually achieve some really, really high speeds. In some instances, a higher speed than what you would see here normally. But that would lag the game, which is sort of not wanted. So first things first, Dumbledore shows up and it's like, yo, Harry, you're at Hogwarts now. And we're like, nah, fam, I got this. Time to show you how to be a real wizard, Dumbledore. Also random Ravenclaw student, because there's clearly not enough of those at Hogwarts. I'm a Ravenclaw. Anyways, Ronald Weasley, that we somehow remember from the train, even though he was not mentioned in the cutscene. So coming up first is the first skip, which you will be seeing used a lot of times. I am not 100% sure how it works, but you basically face a wall, then you super speed into the wall, and then Harry is technically out of bounds. As you are out of bounds, if you move onto a point where Harry would be higher up technically, the game will zip you up to that height, which means you can now skip the entire tutorial. And this is not the last time you will see this. You'll be seeing it a whole lot more. So after we save our little owl, Malfoy will be still sitting there, because why not? And Tower accidentally restarted the cutscene. And then it ended. So for some cutscenes you can actually move out of the... the trigger and still move around while the dialogue is being played. And as you saw earlier in one of the streams, they can actually end the cutscene early, whilst the dialogue is still playing. You will not be seeing that a whole lot though, but you will be seeing a lot of moving around mid-cutscene.
Ooh, Snape skip. Aww.
Yeah, no Snape skip for me.
Yeah, I didn't get it either, King.
So Snape skip, as it has been named, well, if you face the wall while super speeding, I believe you cannot touch a directional button either. Is that true?
No, you can touch a good directional button. You just need to like go up against the wall.
Alright. So you go up against the wall, pump it real good with super speed, and then you make it past Snape without triggering the cutscene. Now, the way cutscenes work in this game is that they are stored until triggered, meaning that if any of the runners had skipped the first Snape dialogue, it would still be active, so they would have to skip it on the way back again. And, because this game is coded really well, they are now in the early ice section in the dungeons, an area you are not intended to enter until you learn where the mill is. However, with the way this game works, it's based on a checkpoint system. So if you are at a specific point in the game, like a loading screen for instance, it will actually trigger all the things you should have by that point. So 2 classes are skipped, so it will actually give you 2 spells immediately by doing this, by going to this area early. But once again, it's a super speed only, so... Once again, moving into wall and zipping upwards. Not the last time you will see this either, but it will be a fair bit of time before you see it again. There was actually a new skip found. I don't know if it was you or Pacmanpowerghost.
Uh,
It was me, yeah.
Yeah, it was Pac-Man. Found it like about 2 hours ago.
Will any of you go for it though?
No.
It won't be done though, because it's hasn't been found a consistent way of doing it.
Ah, keeping the race fair. I see. So what you saw on Tower Stream is a brilliant example of how well the checkpoint system works in this game, which will also be used to our advantage at one point, as you will see on Pacman's stream. So the way checkpoints work in this game is that if you complete a major objective, and then either you fall down, or respawn in a certain area, it will actually put you back to the previous checkpoint. So it's not so nice in that instance, because it puts Tower all the way back to the yellow eye section.
Oh my god, he keeps doing that thing where he just falls.
I am not fully aware of the super speed category history. I know that Slendbed and Rebel Sandero were the first ones to do this as a race on Potterthon. However, I am not sure how this little cheat code was found out. Probably when they discovered that Harry's movement speed is based on a RAM value. Would be my most obvious guess. Also, let me turn off my fan. Don't want that in the background. Right, so when all eyes are defeated, you would normally have to walk a really far distance back. However, you can... oh, you couldn't hear it? No, that's too much effort to turn it back on. Anyways, when you defeat all the eyes, you would have to walk a really far distance back normally, and that's also what the game intended, or intends rather. However, because the game now checks that, hey, all eyes have been defeated, it will keep that going. It will keep that checkpoint marked until, even if you death abuse. However, the checkpoint doesn't count until you actually have watched the cutscene play of the door being unlocked. So let's say someone accidentally death abused in the middle of the cutscene still playing, you would still have to redo the last eye, because the game doesn't actually count the door as being open until the cutscene is over.
And that was the skip that Pac-Man found. You can actually get like respawn and have the door open, but we don't really know anything about it yet because he only found it a couple hours ago.
They're sneaky.
Pac-Man literally hoarding strats.
He conveniently wasn't recording it either.
Of course, and then do it again to then record it to show it off.
Now, as you saw earlier, Malfoy was not there until the cutscene played, because Malfoy apparently learns to apparate before you in this part of the game, or in this specific category.
It's weird because it's linked to if Harry picks up the broom, he appears there. But if you skip it like we did, he doesn't.
Ah, it's linked to the broom. I didn't even remember that. Now, if anyone wants to create a fun category, get us a Dance Dance Revolution mat and allow us to play the Wizard Cracker fight on that Dance Dance Revolution pad.
Yes, please.
Oh, come on, we already had the DDR runs meme up earlier. You're not getting out of this one.
If there's any computer people out there who know how to code and stuff and all that type of stuff, if you could make a Superspeed for HP2, that would be amazing. Because there's quite a lot of us that would like that to happen, because HP2 any percent is quite long. And you could probably cheat quite a lot of it and get through most of the walls and stuff like that. So if anyone out there wants a little project to do, please have a look for it.
Ravenclaw.
Now for the house point count. Because, as we all know, it's important to know Slytherin will win the House Cup for a 7th consecutive year.
Gryffindor.
I totally didn't try to add anime or emulate the narrator's voice. Anyways.
I just want to hop in very quick here and thank Della for the $10.
Della,
That's brought us
thank you.
up to a nice 953 so far. We're over halfway to our furthest milestone.
Nice.
And there are still quite a few targets and polls left to donate to. So make sure that when you are donating, chat, that you are putting it towards a specific goal as well. Because it'll be really funny to see some of that stuff.
Thank you, Della.
I used to have a puff game.
Next up is worst best skip in the game. 5 seed skip.
There you are.
Yes, the
Best skip.
You have to go over Hagrid's hut, and let's see how these guys will handle the elusive gate that keeps us behind.
What do you mean? You guys just finished Malfoy Crackers too, right?
Yeah. I'm just preparing the people for future skips.
Malfoy, you run off on. Please help me. Come on.
There's actually a soft lock you can do here. As Neville is walking away from the cutscene, you can actually move. And with super speed, you can actually make it past Neville and go to the next loading zone.
Yeah.
However, if you are not on the same loading zone as Neville when the trigger for the next cutscene starts, Neville vanishes and you will never be able to continue.
Oops, I'm too far ahead. Oh.
Also, this is what makes broom flying very fun, and this is the only time you will see them use super speed on broom, because strangely enough it works there too. So the way Malfoy takes damage is that you move on to him, and normally you are intended to get close by cutting corners and then pressing the square button. However, with super speed you can cut corners and sometimes get a double hit.
That you can soft lock in this as well if you go super fast and in the wrong direction, you can just fly out.
Yeah, in the corners, yeah.
I thought that was specifically for the key section in the trials.
Nah, it's with every broom section.
I remember.
That's why we don't use it in the Quidditch sections, because it's more less reliable, I guess.
Well, rings are on a timer in Quidditch, so it wouldn't even help.
Yeah.
Yes.
Until the last ring, which would be microseconds.
I just wanted.
As soon as I heard.
Oh no, where am I?
I also talked to Ron, so it's all good, Tia.
I talked to Ron and Hagrid.
Oof.
Here comes Potter!
swear I've gotten it before where I didn't have to talk to any of them.
Yeah, you can
You
get
don't
in.
have to talk to everyone. Yeah.
So the reason why you saw Pac-Man not entering the door immediately, even though he was ahead of Run, is that when you open a door and walk through it, and don't hit the loading zone before the NPC behind you starts opening the door, you get stuck in the door for a little while, and then the game pushes you back out of the door, and then you have to walk through it again.
My favorite one is the girl at the bank. You have to wait politely for her to go in the bank first, and then you can go in after.
That's you, Tia. You have to wait for you to do it.
True gentleman. Characters.
It's a little ginger girl.
She is ginger. I think she's a Hufflepuff, I think.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, I'm a Gryffindor, so.
Ew, Slytherin game.
I'm Ravenclaw game, apparently, according to Potterthon.
I want a
Very
Ravenclaw.
acceptable.
I got Gryffindor as well.
So we actually spoke to one of the PS1 devs last year, who informed us that they looked at Quidditch and were like, yeah, there's no way we can make this entertaining. And they were right. It's not entertaining. And in case you like Quidditch, you will see 4 more minutes of it right after the first Quidditch match. So, yay.
Strap in for sports time.
If only it was like Muggle Quidditch, then it would actually be fun.
Ooh, tower skip. Ooh.
I'm nervous.
Remember, is that a light?
Yeah, I don't know why my hands are sweating. Like, usually I don't care this much.
It was the same with the race against Rico.
Nice.
Quick, I need everybody to donate so my hands stop sweating.
Nice. Got tower skip.
I also
Sweet.
got it. Pog.
There's a small skip you can do here where instead of walking to a door with Ronald, you can actually get past the trigger and then save in a different spot because it's faster to save in this spot. And the reason why we do this is because due to an old YouTube comment we found a very big skip for this game, which I guess due to Fire Seeds and early 4 Eyes, this game became even more broken. So the way this skip works, we call it Quidditch abuse normally, is that there is a story, well, a part of the story where you are battling Ravenclaw in Quidditch. However, the game cannot differentiate between Ravenclaw in the actual game and in the, well, side game where you can play 6 Quidditch matches for a trophy that's nowhere to be seen. So, if we first defeat Hufflepuff and then Ravenclaw, the game, and then without saving, the game will think, hey, you've done everything up until the Ravenclaw match. And the game will give you everything, which is similar to the early 4 Eyes skip, which you saw in the beginning of the run. And as I said, this was brought to our attention as a discovery because someone in a comment section on YouTube said, oh yeah, I love this game. I used to play Quidditch to skip the dungeon section as a kid because I was too scared to play it. Or something like that. Something to that extent.
He was afraid of the trolls in the dungeon, so he would just play Quidditch. And then, when he came back, he noticed that Hagrid was there and would take him to Diagon home.
Exactly.
I mean, I think I was pretty scared when I was a child. As well of them.
I was too.
Did you
They
say
were-
Peeves, like, scared you?
Peeves scared me a little bit too.
I was playing this game at like...
did scare me. Aragog had a pretty scary model in HP2 PS2, as I remember.
Welcome to the Quidditch pit. Watch out for... Remember! Here comes Potter!
And in case you enjoy Quidditch, you get even more Quidditch. Lucky you. So, what differentiates this run on an emulator and a console is that there is small lag in Quidditch games on a console. Which is why in Pac-Man you were on console, correct?
Yes.
Which is fine. 2 out of 3 instances you will see less lag than in the other instance.
An emulator is so much smoother.
Yep.
Don't let the redneck catch you saying that. He will force us all to converge to that.
It's so smooth. And the colors are just so much better.
That's true.
It's crispy. Crispy quality.
You can really see all the different pixels.
Yeah.
So the way Quidditch works is that it's actually pretty hard to lose Quidditch. You can miss every ring and never lose, but get beat up by a bludger too much and you have to restart the entire match. They really thought this through, didn't they?
My record when it comes to damage is like 3 hits from bludgers, so that says at least something out. Pretty easy it is to get through this section.
So it's a little quicker on console, so you can pull out your memory card and then it won't search for it for when it asks you to save.
But the lag compensation kind of makes up for it.
Oh yeah. This is there's just a bunch of like goofy little like time saves here and there. This is a silly game.
And now that we've witnessed the beauty that is Quidditch, well, more like dumpster fire, but who cares? We will now go see Hagrid because his dragon is ill. Now you may be wondering, what dragon? We don't know because we never did that quest, thanks to skipping past the gate. But Hagrid's dragon is ill. So, now we have to spend our own money to help Hagrid's dragon, in quotation, while Hagrid spends his own money to get drunk. I know, this story is amazing when you speedrun it.
He's off to the leaky cauldron, guys.
There were no child labor laws at the time, I guess.
And you wait for her to go in, and then we go in.
There is actually a thing I found out with the Hufflepuff girl in front of Gringotts. If you tilt the camera 180 degrees and run down, it will act all the way down to her. It will actually take a while before she walks through the door. I don't think it's faster because I think she will go through the door as you try, but I discovered that on accident because I was curious.
Thank you, I am very polite.
Do you wish, if you wish to visit,
It would be better if you weren't there, Tia. Oh, God.
It's all a facade.
She calls me bitch every time.
What? No, I don't. I'm very polite.
Alright, so in case you thought, hey, I'm gonna withdraw my money. No, no, no. You have to collect paperwork. And you better fill it out in time, otherwise we will take the paperwork, destroy it, put new paperwork in your path, and then you collect it again. So there's a small skip you can do, and it will save you more time if you get it correctly. But you can move again in mid-cutscene as the door's unlocking, and if you're in the right spot, Harry will go through the door immediately. However, you can also get, as you saw on Tia's, a effective. You can stand in front of the door and not get the trigger. However, Harry will move to the door, and since he's already there, it will activate more or less immediately. And if you force collecting paperwork on slippery floor during National Wax the Floor Day, oh no, you now have to collect your money in the safest minecart in history. And you can do twirlies too, that's even better.
Motion sickness warning.
No. They have to suffer with us.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll spin it for you a few times as well.
Aw, you know what I want.
No, I know. I know what everyone likes.
Alright, so if you're wondering what is on screen at the moment, there is a meter for the coins. You fill up the meter 3 times, you win the challenge. If you don't do it, they take away your coins and you can start all over again and put them in the exact same spots. Same with your gems, if you even notice you have a gem counter. If you collect a set number of... Thank you, Tia. If you collect a specific row of coins, it will spawn gems. And if you collect all the gems in the challenge, you get awarded a wizard card, which you need if you're doing 100%. So And if you thought that was fun, you're in luck, because now we get to do it again. Well, you guys will do it again. I won't, because I'm not running.
Certainly the most boring section.
Thanks for clearing that up, Whip.
I'm with you in spirit, though.
Yeah, Whip, can you just casually do this for me real quick?
Yeah, throw the controller over. Just walk to the nearest ocean border in Australia and toss it over to Denmark.
Yeah, thanks, babe. Cool.
You might want to punt it just to make sure.
I was going to say, if you guys want like something to do while Gringotts is on, I can start singing "You Spin Me Right Round," and then chat can donate to make me stop singing horribly.
Oh yeah, do it, go for it.
Yeah, then no, I think we'll hit some sort of DMCA there at one point, but I know it doesn't sound anything right.
Or you could do it in the I'm a scat man kind of feel.
Alright, I'm going back to me.
So if you think this is fun, you get to see it a whole 3 times. And the funny thing is, Gringotts almost didn't become a thing because EA didn't want it. However, the game developers wanted this in the game, and if I remember correctly, it was one of the first things that actually made it into the game. That they made functional, well, as functional as it can be.
Yeah, they said, because I watched that interview, the guy said they went on the set of Harry Potter and they saw like this whole minecart thing happening and they were like, wow, we need to do something about this. And then EA told them, oh yeah, this is only going to be in the film for like a second instead of like it was going to be in the movie for a lot longer. So they made it and then they were like, oh, we made this cool thing and you're going to tell us to get rid of it, and it's like a main part of our game, and then they won. So apparently this was going to be in the movie quite a lot.
Wasn't there extended scenes that did show like an extra few minutes here?
I don't know.
But I could be wrong though.
I watched this on VHS because I'm a 90s kid, even though it came out in 2000.
Hipster Whip over here.
You know it.
Ooh, I got this fast door.
Hey, let's go.
Congratulations.
So funny enough,
half a
with those, yeah, with padlock skips, it gets easier as we progress through the sections. So the first door is the hardest, and the last door is the easiest to skip. It's weird. That's not normally what you would do in game development, but I guess that's just what happens.
If you wish.
And if you thought the first 2 coin collections were amazing, you get to do it a 3rd time, because in game development, 3rd time's the charm. Well, maybe if you're not doing this, but, you know.
3 is the lucky number.
Comedy comes in 3s, and this is so funny. To make us suffer.
If 7 is the lucky number, does that mean we need 7 Gringotts sections?
Yes. You have to make up different currencies now, though.
Oh,
Let's see, cannot sickle scallions, medallions, ultra galleons, mega galleons, and super galleons.
Frankincense, myrrh.
I'm rolling, write this down.
You need some gold in there as well. Phoenix feathers. Dragon scales. So many things.
Pixie
I'll
wings.
have so much to say about the phoenix feathers.
Oh lord. Cursed frogs and phoenix feathers, bro.
Pacman already dreads my rant, my upcoming rant.
Greatest RNG ever, gotta say.
I was gonna go for the swag strat and try to 100% the sickles because I know I'm behind. But I messed up the corkscrew.
I should practice 100%, but guess that's not happening.
Yeah. This is one of the instances where like 100%ing the area is actually slower than just doing it like casually. Because you'll get a wizard card if you get all the gems, and then it slows you down because you have to do the animation for all that.
And actually one of the wizard cards have the wrong image on it in Gringotts.
Oh really?
Yeah, they show Birdie Bud's image twice in Canuts, but they say a different name when they call out the wizard card.
Oh, that's funny.
And then they show Bertie Bud again for Sickles, but he actually calls out Bertie Bud.
Is it messed up in the album too?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
I mean, I never read the Folio Magi because it's slow.
Right.
You have to read it once though, don't you?
You can either do that or do the really slow strat of waiting until after credits, but lol time.
Yeah, nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I always thought it was weird how, like, if you have a save file where you've beaten Voldemort, it won't let you continue playing the game. It just, like, has him, like, laughing at you, and then it goes back to the main menu.
Wait, it does that?
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
load a
Yeah.
finished file.
Oh, I thought it would only load the Folio Magi then.
Well, you can do that, but... I mean, like, you can't go back and, like, 100% it if you didn't.
Alright.
Just one
Now, if you thought collecting paperwork on slippery floor and in dangerous minecart section was fun, you will probably not enjoy the RNG of these next two sections. So the way the toad works is that when the dialogue is over, the toad with the box that has the toad will actually shake immediately. And there's also a trick to this. If the toad spawns upstairs, it will always spawn downstairs afterwards. However, if it spawns downstairs, it can spawn either upstairs or downstairs. So this section, you can either finish it in 15 seconds, and sometimes you take 45 seconds and even more if you are very unlucky, because it can be very hard to notice this box shaking if it is in the far back of the shop.
You have to like look for like tiny pixel movement.
Very tricky on console.
Yeah.
I got 3 bottoms, so that was pretty good.
Alright, the peacock feathers. Still the thing that annoys me the most, because in the game files they call the peacock feathers phoenix feathers. Which would make more sense, because Ollivanders makes, as far as I know, wands from phoenix feathers. But instead he has a peacock, because lol, logic.
Yeah, they're more easier, they're cheaper as well.
Lower maintenance.
Yeah. Doesn't catch fire.
But the wands are made of wood, aren't they?
Oh, imagine having a phoenix in a wooden place with loads of wooden wands. I mean, that sounds like a disaster to me, so a peacock sounds much easier.
Excellent. My eagle out. His treats use the
Hey, the phoenix only bursts into flames when it dies.
Well, maybe it wants to die.
What I don't get is, he's like, what other shop has the animals of like stuff that they make with it, right? Like, why wouldn't he just buy the feathers? Why would he have his own peacock?
You don't have to import it, bro.
For the environment.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I don't go to the grocery store and they don't have a bunch of chickens running around for eggs, you know what I mean?
Well, imagine if they did, you could get your eggs and chicken meat pretty cheap.
Be fresh too. Very tasty.
You got me.
Organic. You can feed the chicken and then you get an egg from it. It's like one of those machines that you get, like you put a couple of pence in and then you get a cool toy out of it.
A cool toy.
Yeah.
Reminds me of an episode of The Simpsons where there's like a steakhouse and they have all the cows on display and you
Yes.
choose the cow you eat.
I like the lobster thing.
The pinchy.
Yeah.
Well done. Home again at last. Now we'll
So an interesting thing to note with the Toad Watch, which was the first item they went for, you can destroy up to 3 boxes where the toad is not in. On the 3rd box you break, you have to restart the whole thing. However, that counter is not counting when you hit a box the toad is in.
Harry, Ron, and Hermione
So,
spent most of their
technically
free
you could
time
break
in
the entire shop if
trying
you
to
wanted.
convince him that he couldn't keep Norbert, his beloved dragon.
If
And
you-
because the game developers realized, hey, we have book cutscenes, let's have even more of those. We will have more of those.
If you broke all the boxes on the bottom floor, do you think the frog would go upstairs to go to another box?
Once Norbert had been
No, I
freed,
think it would
however,
sit still.
Oh.
Malfoy sprang
Yeah,
to
it sits still when you like don't do
Harry was
anything.
caught by
It'd be cool if
Professor
it like
McGonagall.
climbed up and down the stairs to hide from you,
Harry was
from
to make
killing
his
it.
way into the forbidden forest and search for a
And
winged
because
unicorn.
Malfoy was inspired by Admiral Akbar, he set a trap for Harry, where he was caught being out late at night by McGonagall. So the obvious punishment is that he will be even more out late at night, in an area that's also forbidden to go, because that makes so much sense.
I don't know how this school isn't drowning in lawsuits.
Probably missing Muggle regulations. However, Forbidden Forest has a fair couple of skips that you will be seeing. One of Tia trying to go through a wine wall, and then it succeeded. You will also have to break down a log, or shoot down a log, but you can jump right past the pit just by using speed. And you will be seeing that a couple of times.
Don't get lost.
And Malfoy being Malfoy asks us not to get lost, even though he was stuck behind a wooden wall and a wine wall. Because, once again, logic. How he got stuck back there, nobody knows.
You should mention about the fire crabs detail. It's a bit wacky.
Why don't you say it?
Okay, well, in the game code, these creatures are fire crabs when clearly they look like turtles. If you actually look at the real thing in Potterthon, not Potterthon, but just on like the lore, it does look like a turtle, but it's like a lot smaller and like it has like rocks sticking out of its shell.
Well, they have little baby ones in the dungeon that shoot the fire at you.
Harry was rescued in the nick of
They
time
shoot
by
from,
It's
like-
supposed to be more like those.
They shoot from like the top of the shell. These ones shoot from the arse.
Firenze explained the unicorn blood had the power
We
to
don't gotta
give
go into
someone life
specifics.
Well-
from death.
Well, they do. Like the ones in the corridor, they shoot from like the top of their shell. The ones that we just killed in the Forbidden Forest, they shoot out the arse. So they might be a different breed.
I don't think you have any way of proving that.
It's the same system
That
though.
was a close
Well,
shave, Harry.
I mean,
If it was, boy, you got
So Hagrid's dragon that we never hatched from his egg
some
is
great
now
fun.
safe
Try it
from
out.
Hogwarts. Because once again, logic. Still, this is a wizarding world where logic doesn't apply, so I should stop saying that.
Out like a, but you'd best be.
Now, we could technically do the end game. The problem is one crucial door is locked for now.
I've been doing some
And this
reading
is
about Nicholas Flamel, the
because
wizard
we did
that
not
Hagrid
do the
mentioned.
troll section.
He's the creator of the source.
However,
if it's him,
it is
we have
possible
fight
to still
Ron and
get
Owen.
to the
Come
end
on,
game
Ron,
area.
I suppose.
We just have to do a little detour through the Forbidden Corridor, where everyone's favorite janitor Filch will be waiting. Also, notice that PS1 Hagrid is still waiting for his
yeah, he's
fire
still
seeds.
waiting. He's waiting patiently, even though his dragon is healed.
He listened to Harry's flute music and was so moved by it, he literally had to go outside and cry. You actually can move during the cutscene where Hagrid applies the potion to the dragon, and then Harry will be stuck behind Hagrid, and because of the way Hagrid's animation is designed, he will actually be looking at you and not his dragon. So he will not even apply the potion to the dragon. So the running joke is that Hagrid is so moved by his dragon being healed that he cannot look.
There's too many tears in his eyes.
Exactly.
Well, now, students aren't allowed in here, are they? There are
One of
things
the
that-
last few
no,
times
indeed.
now you will see
Dumbledore has ordered that no
the zipping up
Now be
of,
off.
through the wall. Tia did not go for it. Maybe Pacman or Tower will go for it in the Forbidden Corridor.
That's
I'm
true.
going for it, baby.
Ooh, risky people
Ooh.
here.
I do it in my world record, so I have to do it.
What are you doing in his eyes? Nothing. I'm doing nothing in his eyes. Oh, no, 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 no. Ooh.
As an arcade time.
You can actually skip the cutscene with Filch
Yes, Mr. Phil.
opening the bookcase
I see.
if you
But we
walk
haven't-
up to the wall and
we
then
can't let
use
it-
the
No, indeed.
super
See what
speed
you do,
key.
Mr. Filch.
However,
I have
as
something
far as
special
we
planned for
know,
you.
it's camera dependent and nobody has really found a consistent setup to my knowledge.
Plushy skip.
Plushy, I wish he was here to witness this.
He said he was sleeping.
Sleeping.
It's too late.
You're not in the same time zone as him.
Yeah, I know, but he gets up early and I don't. I'm a degen, just like staying up till 2 o'clock in the morning. I said
enough.
tears, not Tia. Fuck.
nice parkour at you.
Parkour.
Parkour.
Try one. Okay, no.
Sadly, what you saw on Tia's stream
It was a
the last-
mistake.
That too, but it is also the last time you will see the walls tipping, as I have now appropriately named it. Also, there's a bookcase there, even though it wasn't there in the previous cutscene. Hogwarts sure is a magical place. So normally we would have to defeat a troll that has cornered Hermione in the girls' bathroom, according to Ron, even though it's technically not true at the time. But hey, who cares? That would open a that would break down a wall, so we could go to the trials after Forbidden Forest. However, since we have not done that quest, it is technically locked, so we had to go through the Forbidden Corridor in order to get there. And I hope you hold on to your socks, because the fluffy boss fight is gonna be huge. You're gonna see food mashing like never before. Also, Harry might move a bit fast, but who cares? Hello, Fluffy. Bye, Fluffy. So there's technically not a collision
I know what
on
this
the
is. It's a... Oh, I'm so
on the
glad we
trapdoor
know what it's...
on the back of
Try
it.
not to get...
So mid-cutscene you can skip past Fluffy without taking damage,
Flipendo!
and then you can fall through the trapdoor on the far back end.
Flipendo!
Small thing which you may not notice,
Damn it.
Yeah, plushy skip.
Nice.
ooh, nice.
Fuck.
Flipendo!
Damn it.
One thing you may not notice is that Harry is actually looking around in the middle of the cutscene when he is talking to Ron and Hermione. However, because he's looking around, you will not be able to move around yourself until he's done looking around. So the trick here is that you wait for a specific point in the dialogue and then you skip through it all. And that way you will stop looking around. So if you mash through it as quickly as you can, you will have to wait a couple of seconds before regaining control. Also, this is the Venomous Tentacula, which it's not called, it's called the Devil's Snare. Thank you, Hermione. So, in a normal any percent or any run that is not super speed, they would have to set up
Time to put your good luck, Harry.
with the gate, so that Ron or Hermione would push you through the gate. However, with super speed, since you can move during the cutscene, you can just set yourself up and then super speed through the doorway, and then avoid having to wait for the cutscene to finish. Hey Tower, you got the last wall set.
Yeah.
No, last race I did, this section killed me and I lost a minute and a half.
Oof.
On the keys?
Yes, I had 1 health coming in and practically made me lose the race.
Right.
Yep. But that can't happen now because I have pretty much full HP.
HP?
I said the game.
You said the name of the character.
Are you now the almighty character?
I am the protagonist, yes. The progenitor.
I am the protagonist of my own life. There we go.
Truth.
So in case you like Quidditch, you get one last section of Quidditch. So,
Worst
yeah.
section.
And I still have not found a consistent method of setting up the instant key grab, and it may involve losing a ring, which may not even be relevant then. So this little tidbit of info is pointless, but you lose roughly 2.2 seconds per ring you miss. So, yeah, completely useful info. Also notice how we're ahead of Ronald and Hermione going into the chess game.
I did make
Hello,
a save
Ronald.
state here, just in case.
So normally you would have to play chess, but since this is super speed, we can be like, nah fam, I don't know chess. I'm playing my own chess.
But I'm not smart enough to play chess. So we just skip it.
And for the HP2 PC aficionados out there, chess does not mean cancelled Harry extended super slide.
Did you not get Hermione's skip?
I did get Hermione's skip. I didn't go into her.
Very well done.
Thank you, thank you.
So normally there's a cutscene here where the troll is waking up, and Hermione loudly exclaims, "Oh no, it's waking up!" And then she starts whispering, "Hang on, we can move these objects around. Charm all of them out of the way, Harry. I will open the door."
After she runs way the fuck away.
Exactly. Doesn't even move the other objects for you. You have to
Right.
do all the grunt work.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I don't know what the language barrier is. Like if we're supposed to not curse. My bad.
I'm sure we'll live.
That was a close one.
So what you
Let's
see
see
here,
what's next.
or what you saw there, was a cutscene overlap, I guess you can call it.
We've called it cup skip.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant the chair skip on the troll.
Oh yeah, no, that's part of cup skip. So if you get it quickly enough, if you super speed without holding any buttons, you can quickly get past Hermione's cutscene of Alohomora, which allows you to enter into the cup area quicker, which allows you to skip it so you don't have to watch the animation of the cups moving. And we've called it
Also-
cup skip.
Also, hi Coral. Bye Coral. So this is actually the second to last instance you will see super speed being used. That was an alternative variant of Clody Skip. You will see it in its more common form when the HP1 PS1 any % race happens. But essentially, if you skip past the night fight, there are two soundtracks overlapping, and neither Quirrell or Voldemort can talk during this.
Why are you not doing that?
I didn't get the early cycle.
Me
That's
too.
a bit,
Alright,
it's a bit unpog.
Yeah,
just
no.
wanted to give you two a chance to focus on Fast Voldy.
I've not been getting it lately, and I don't know why.
As far as I know, it's position based, so if you are slightly to the left or slightly to the right, as you do the last hit on Voldy, you have to... Oh wow, be careful you don't die, Pacman.
Yeah, that was a bit stupid.
but essentially, as far as I can tell, you have to notice where Harry is standing in relation to where Voldemort is standing when you do the last hit.
What about if Voldemort doesn't make a grunting noise? Because that's recently been happening to me, and it's sad, because I don't know the correct timing.
Yeah, you just have to time it.
Yeah.
When it's Zero's strike loading, when I actually feel like playing these horrible games again.
These are the best Harry Potter games.
Yeah. All you PC
HP2
people out
PS1
here,
game.
this is
Oh,
the
dude,
best.
I got Voldy Rave. Let's go.
Oh, let me have a go.
Oh,
I got it for a second.
Okay.
I thought you got
Aw,
it for the
I
last
didn't get it.
phase.
I fucked up cups, dude. Oops, I messed up. Ugh. I beansed it.
Okay, time will be soon.
Yeah. Damn, that was close.
So there is actually a soft lock that can happen on the last phase of Voldemort, and if it happens, your run is basically dead.
5604. Ooh.
I didn't time it, but that's time.
5604.
56. I'm checking on the restream.
5621 for you. 5608, I believe, Tia, from what I could see.
Nice.
GG's, Tia. That was
GG
close.
Pac-Man.
What happened down in the dungeons
5609.
GG, both of yous.
is a complete secret.
You're a 5609, Tia.
So naturally,
5609.
the whole school
Okay,
knows
cool.
The stone had been destroyed, but Harry remained fearful that its loss would not
Alright,
prevent
two
Lord
things.
Voldemort's return.
The soft log you get on the last phase of Voldemort is a voice line where he gets stuck saying, "Ask your parents did," and he will basically be saying that indefinitely. The other thing that can happen is that as you defeat Voldemort, he makes a lot of noise due to the clothes skip, and at the end of it he can say "Die, Potter" more than once. And one run I actually had a case where Voldemort would say "Die, Potter" into the book cutscene.
I beans that hard.
Announced Dumbledore.
Oh.
At the moment, there would seem to be
Let me
Slytherin.
put my,
Feels bad, man.
Storm of cheering and
Let me put my
stamping
bean
broke out
in.
from the Slytherin table. However,
I'm trying to find it.
Dumbledore, in recognition of
Where's
Mr.
the
Harry
bean?
Potter's pure
We'll say
nerve
while
and
we're waiting
outstanding
to
courage,
finish up here,
I award
Beaver just donated
Gryffindor
$10 saying
60
10 more for
points.
each Myelin cycle.
Harry's table erupted with cheers and applause. The
Now,
additional
I'm
point had won the
assuming
House Cup
that
for
might
Gryffindor.
be
It
for
was
the flow and
best
ape race
evening of Harry's life.
next up, but
Better than winning at Quidditch or Christmas
there's another $20
or
on the
knocking out
line
mountain
if they both
trolls.
get it, so
You would never, ever forget tonight.
I feel like I'm not a true winner because I didn't get the Die Potter at the end.
Run invalid.
It's invalid run. I didn't get Die Pot.
I actually haven't gotten that in a long time, so I feel your
Yeah.
pain. None of my runs have been valid for a really long time.
It's a hard game to power through. It's constantly resetting.
I can't find your emote, and I swear I subbed to you like recently as well.
Wow, that hurts.
I want to
I thought we were boys, Tia.
I can't find it. I swear I subbed to you like a week ago. Did they just take it off?
Maybe. Like, due to inactivity. Got rid of your emotes.
Oh well.
You can actually hit his little, like, charges with the flipendo. And did we ever decide if that is faster or not?
It's
It
not
doesn't
faster.
save time.
No.
No.
Plus, it's, like,
Yes.
risky as hell.
Yeah, but it's cool.
Yeah,
True.
swag strats.
Oh, if this Harry Potter 1 any % race is happening, which Whip is funding, I don't know what the swag things are happening, but I feel like this should be one of them. Get all the green little things Voldemort puts out. Because it's kind of dangerous, but it's cool. And it doesn't save any time at all.
Is there the flipendo block swag?
Oh yeah.
Well, if you did the super speed mid-volty cutscene, I am sad.
I tried, he didn't move.
Oh,
I completely forgot.
You're legally excused here.
I did try, he just didn't move, so I was like, oh. So there's a cool thing you can do. You can super speed just as Voldemort is about to strangle you. And it means Voldemort is faced the different way, so you get his booty on your face, but his head
That's right.
is focused on you, so it's his butt strangling you.
GG's tower.
Oh, I got Die Potter. I'm the true winner.
Oh, GG!
Yay!
GG Tower.
It was me. I won everything.
You're the chosen one. You are the chosen one.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate the opportunity. Appreciate the donations. You guys are great.
Did I?
And I'm pretty sure I speak for chat and admin because I have to. I want to say we appreciate all three of you being here, and we can't wait to see you guys back either later this year or later in future Potterthons. It's been a pleasure having all of you here, so thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Yep, thanks for hosting.
No problem. And with that, chat, my shift is over. I've done 11 hours. I'm going to bed ready for my run. I'm passing you guys over to Raging Redneck, who shall be starting out the next run after this short little break. So thank you ever so much. We raised 983. Oh, that's gone up a tiny bit. Red Mask Gamer for the $20. Thank you so much.
Hey.
That is my last donation read of the night. I'll see you guys in less than 12 hours for my HP6 run. And until then, I thank you and good night.
Good night.